What's up, guys? Welcome back. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Watching Sundays. So this Sunday we're covering Walking Dead because Orville is on hiatus. I think it's going to be back this Thursday.
For he today that sheds blood with me is my brother. That sets this episode amazingly well. This is our spoiler alert. Yeah, 1 second.
Alright, guys, so spoiler alert. We're going to be talking about the recent episode of Walking Dead Season 8. And it is a doozy. It's called Mercy. I have yet to figure out what that actually means in the grand scheme of things, but it looks like they got a lot done in this episode. I feel like they opened up with so many things. It was like fragmented.
I think it was the perfect way to open this episode. It was just so much tension throughout the entire time. I think it was the perfect way to open this season. Mm-hmm. The 100th episode. There was so much tension the whole time. Suspense, there's flashbacks, what is happening.
Yeah,
you know.
I couldn't get a grasp as to the order of things playing out. I could see that one part of what we were seeing was obviously the aftermath, or even way down in the future.
Yeah.
But then we kept on seeing their plan play out, and then Rick somewhere else, and then the speech, and then Rick somewhere else. And
yeah, I think the whole time when we were watching it, we were like, has to be all happening at the same time. You know, they have Daryl and Carol and Norman.
Mm-hmm. Is it
Norman? No, not Norman.
It's Norman Reedus.
I know, Daryl and Shax. What's his name?
Oh, Morgan.
Those guys leading a horde towards the sanctuary, while at the same time they're doing these grand speeches with Ezekiel and Maggie and Rick. They're all taking turns.
Yeah, Shakespeare in the Park.
Yeah, I mean, I just love his character Ezekiel. He just provides a different color to this really this zombie apocalypse future.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind him. I definitely like Shere Khan. Shere Khan approves.
So I mean, last season, it was kind of like a gloomy kind of season, right? Where Rick was depressed, and we lost Abraham, and we lost
Abraham.
We lost Abraham. We lost
Glenn. We lost a lot of really important characters, and that season was so sad. We just went through a whole season where just everybody was just losing. The survivors were losing nonstop. Mm-hmm. They were being outmatched and outwitted and outsmarted in every single way. And every time Rick wanted to do something, they were put down. And then towards the end, when Rick started to get his balls back and his mojo, that attack even kind of turned against him when the people from the junkyard.
Yeah, I mean,
betrayed them.
It just seems like they couldn't get anything right last season, and this episode right now feels like everything is going way too well. And I'm just the whole time I'm watching this, I just don't trust Dwight. I just feel like he's part of the grand scheme of things in Negan's side, but I really hope I'm wrong, though.
I think he's playing a double bluff. I think I think he's pretending to help Rick, pretending to
help Negan.
Yeah, I think he's saying, look, Rick thinks I'm helping him, so I'm gonna help you, Negan. And so I think from a larger picture standpoint, I think Dwight wants to make Negan believe that he's going to make Rick believe that he's helping him. But to get to your point about how things seemingly are going the way it's all going according to plan. I think it's the juxtaposition from the last season where everything just wouldn't go their way. And it's a credit to how much they're planning for this, I guess, assault on the sanctuary. Because I remember while we were watching, we were like, something's gonna go wrong. This is way too easy. Yes. And so I wanted to say, I wanted to save it for this episode, but I wanted to say that I think it's about time that things went their way. I think while we were watching it unfold, it seemed like it was too easy. But then I started to picture what the bigger plan was. What was the long game, and I realized that while everything looked like it was going according to plan, started to reveal itself as if this wasn't their end game. They weren't trying to win wars. I mean, I saw tweets talking about how they have shoddy aim and they can't hit anything and they're just wasting bullets. I knew that wasn't their plan. I knew they weren't there to win a war for Sanctuary. They were making noise.
It wasn't this like one hit attack or like this one part. There's many parts to, as Maggie said in one of their exchanges, like she wants to be part of the first part of this plan. Obviously there's different sting operations that's happening at the same time. They hit the Sanctuary and then they go off and hit another outpost.
Right, and then Daryl, Morgan, and Carol are leading a horde straight to Sanctuary. And by the end of the episode, I mean, seemingly Sanctuary is lost.
I mean, I just feel like it was going way too well. Like we were saying, like there's these flashbacks, there's dream sequence with Weird Al in the background, and Rick's got a beard and it's like this happy family or something like that. Like and then it goes back to him like really like his
kind
eyes
of like
open,
on the verge of crime.
Yeah, he's on the verge of the edge or something like that, and like it's going back and forth, and then going to their attack on the Sanctuary. So like I feel great about this episode, this season so far, just because it's probably for the first time I don't feel like I can guess or I can tell what's gonna happen next, which is awesome because the past 2 seasons of Walking Dead has just been like, bleh. Like, I mean, to be honest with you, like I just feel like it hasn't been as good as it was when they were at the prison.
Right, and I agree with you there. And I also think that the way season 7 unfolded kind of accomplished its mission, wherein as season 8 premieres, you think everything's going way too easily, whereas in the previous season, their only silver lining throughout the entire season was that end sequence at the season finale of season 7, where the tiger saves them and the kingdom comes and saves them, and that was their only time of like kind of retribution. And so they're obviously continuing from that episode. So if obviously things are gonna feel like it's all working out way too easily, but again, that was all to their credit in their planning for this operation, and so it all worked out. I do want to point out that Gabriel, you dumb,
what are you doing? Like, I was just like, oh, he's gonna mess it up. He's gonna mess it up.
Exactly. When I saw that, I was like, first of all, okay, I was a little bit more savage. I wanted him to just put him out of his misery, just shoot him, drive away. But he ended up trying to save him by running into the fire and kind of just like sitting there. He's like, just wait for our chance.
I just felt like that was a bad move on the writing part of this episode, because last season it just seemed like Gabriel like grew a pair and became like this like father warrior, so to speak.
I guess so,
or something like that. And then all of a sudden for this episode, like he has a little sympathy for one man you shouldn't have sympathy for.
Yes, that one person.
That one person that you don't really care.
If he's gonna turn priest,
exactly,
on someone, it should be like, not that guy.
Yeah.
And then he finds himself in the trailer with Negan. I swear to God, he's like, wait.
I hope this was hilarious when you said that.
I hope you're wearing your shitting pants. And Gabriel turns around and is like, what? It's like, no, dude, just shoot him. When you find yourself in a trailer with Negan,
you do have a gun.
Yes, you do have a gun, and he's got a bat, or at least as far as we know, you just shoot him. That's it. It's like, I hope you brought your shooting pants, and then I'll go.
As soon as you hear that voice,
you just turn around and just spray that end of the trailer.
Yeah.
Another part of the episode.
That was also like just the writing of towards the end of this episode. It was just like a little annoying for me.
Mm-hmm. Also, another part of the episode I kind of wanted to mention. Just it was funny. It was one of those moments where it's kind of like, oh, I get it. Rick prepared for the inevitable screenshot or it didn't happen. He took a Polaroid of the event.
It's I was wondering what that was.
You know how
all
you're
about.
like talking to your friends, or I don't know if you have these conversations, but the saying goes, pics or it didn't happen, or screenshot or it didn't happen.
Okay.
And Rick, I don't know, he did his part. He took a picture of what happened and was just like,
he had this look on his face too. It was like, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, that was an apropos moment for him to take a picture. Negan was figuratively on all fours, or maybe literally on all fours, just kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, you
corner.
could have just like, I don't know, another 10-15 feet, you would have had the kill shot. But like, you can't end the season.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
it's
never
the first
know,
episode,
no.
so like, you can't kill off Negan just yet.
Or it might have been where there was crossfire. There was
True, yeah.
There was a lot of gunfire going from one side to the other, and so on and so forth. And at the end of the day, Sanctuary is lost.
Well, I don't know if
At
it's
least-
lost. I mean, it's
I
just
think-
surrounded by zombies.
But at that point, it's lost. I mean, yeah, granted, Negan's gonna survive, obviously.
Yeah.
You don't have your barricades anymore. You don't have your lookouts. Sanctuary's seemingly been overrun. In my opinion, Negan needs to die.
Well, I mean, we
For
all
it
know
to
that's. I think that's. We
I,
all
you
know
know
that
what?
that's gonna happen.
I can't guarantee that at this point. Negan is a slippery ass bastard.
Mm-hmm.
But I think unless you have anything else to add.
Well, I mean, now we know that the hilltop is for Maggie. Like, she's
Right.
She's the like undeniable leader for that. Alexandria, obviously Rick, and Ezekiel for the kingdom. So it's just gonna be like this one big season of war. Like as they introduce the episode, it's gonna be just war. Hopefully this season is gonna be like just cranking it up. Keeping us all excited.
So here's what's going to happen. I think what we're going to do moving forward, since Orville returns this Thursday, is that we're going to cover both shows. And we want to see how it works. We're going to cover both shows in the same episode, and it's going to be sort of this like last week tonight type of show where we talk about the shows that we watched throughout the week.
It's just kind of like recapping the shows that we really want to cover, and we want to keep covering the Orville, as you said, and Walking Dead. But so many things is gonna happen. Vikings is gonna come up.
There may be other shows that we want to cover as well. So this kind of makes it so that we can not infinitely, but scale it to a point where we can cover as many shows as we think we could cover, and as many shows as you guys want to hear from us. So
yeah, we'd love to know your comments in the section below. What shows are you watching, and if there are any that you'd like us to cover, go ahead and let us know.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of Watching Sundays. Stay tuned for Orville, that returns this Thursday. We're gonna be covering that next Sunday, as well as Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 2.
Yep. And if you are watching us for the first time, please smash that like button and consider subscribing.
Exactly.
Thank you for watching us.
Do it.